Hi. Welcome back. In today's class, we will be learning operations risk management and crisis handling. Identifying and mitigating operational risks. Operational risks refer to the potential threats to a company's ability to conduct its business efficiently and effectively. These risks can arise from various sources, such as internal processes, external factors, technology failures, human error, or natural disasters. Effective risk management is critical for ensuring that an organization can continue to operate even when unforeseen events disrupt its processes. Identifying operational risks. The first step in managing operational risks is identifying them. This involves conducting a thorough risk assessment to pinpoint areas that are vulnerable to potential disruptions. Operational risks can be identified through several methods. Brainstorming. Team members and stakeholders come together to brainstorm potential risks. Historical data analysis. Reviewing past incidents to identify patterns or recurring problems. SWOT analysis, assessing the internal strengths, weaknesses, external opportunities, and threats to understand possible vulnerabilities. Scenario planning, speculating about potential future events that could impact operations, both positively and negatively. Mitigating operational risks. Once risks are identified, they must be mitigated. The key strategies for risk mitigation include risk avoidance, altering plans to avoid the risk entirely. For example, changing operational procedures to eliminate potential safety hazards. Risk reduction, implementing measures to minimize the impact of risks. For instance, installing fire suppression systems to reduce damage in case of a fire. Risk sharing, transferring the risk to a third party. For example, purchasing insurance or outsourcing critical processes. Risk retention. Accepting the risk if the potential impact is small or if it is too costly to address, but preparing for the possibility of an occurrence. Mitigating operational risks effectively requires continuous monitoring and a proactive approach, as risks can evolve over time. Business continuity planning, BCP. Business continuity planning, BCP, is the process of creating systems of prevention and recovery to ensure that a business can continue operating in case of a major disruption or disaster. The goal of BCP is to safeguard the organization's critical functions during and after a crisis and to ensure a rapid recovery with minimal disruption. Key elements of BCP. Risk assessment, identifying and analyzing potential threats and their impact on business operations. This includes identifying critical processes, key personnel, and necessary resources. Business impact analysis, BIA, evaluating the consequences of different types of disruptions to the organization's operations. BIA helps prioritize which functions need to be restored first in case of an emergency. Recovery strategies, developing strategies to restore essential operations and services. This could involve having backup systems, alternative suppliers, or remote work capabilities in place. Plan development, drafting a formal plan that outlines the steps for responding to a crisis, including evacuation procedures, communication strategies, and recovery actions. Testing and drills, regularly testing the BCP through drills and simulations to ensure that it will be effective in real crisis situations. Continuous improvement, updating and improving the BCP regularly based on feedback from drills, new threats, and organizational changes. A well-prepared business continuity plan ensures that an organization can continue its critical operations and recover swiftly after a crisis. Crisis management in operations. Crisis management in operations involves handling unexpected events that threaten the stability and reputation of a company. A crisis could be caused by a range of factors, such as natural disasters, supply chain disruptions, product recalls, or financial scandals. Crisis management process. Preparation. This stage includes developing crisis management plans, setting up teams, and training employees. Having a clear plan and designated crisis management team is crucial for a swift response. Response. When a crisis occurs, The response phase focuses on containing the damage and addressing the immediate threats. Key actions include communicating with stakeholders, employees, customers, investors, etc. Implementing contingency measures. Managing the crisis in a controlled manner to prevent further damage. Recovery. After the immediate crisis has been addressed, the recovery phase involves restoring normal operations, addressing the root causes of the crisis, and communicating recovery progress. Post-crisis evaluation. Once the crisis is over, organizations should assess the effectiveness of their crisis response and identify lessons learned. This phase helps improve future crisis management strategies and fine-tune the BCP. Effective crisis management requires calm decision-making, clear communication, and the ability to make quick decisions under pressure. The goal is not only to manage the crisis but to protect the brand's reputation and maintain trust with customers and other stakeholders. Case studies of companies that failed due to poor risk management. Several notable companies have failed or faced major disruptions due to poor operational risk management practices. These failures underscore the importance of effective risk identification, mitigation, and preparedness. Case Study 1. Blockbuster. Blockbuster, once a leader in video rental services, failed to adapt to changing technology and market demands. The company's inability to anticipate the shift from physical rental stores to online streaming, and the failure to innovate in its business model, led to its decline. The lack of proactive risk management and failure to adapt to new consumer behaviors contributed to Blockbuster's downfall. Case Study 2, Nokia. Nokia, once a dominant player in the mobile phone market, failed to recognize the rapid shift towards smartphones with touch screens and mobile apps. Their inability to manage the risks associated with technological advancements and market trends led to the company's loss of market share and eventual acquisition by Microsoft. Case Study 3, Enron. Enron's bankruptcy in 2001 was one of the biggest corporate scandals in history. The company's operations were based on fraudulent accounting practices, and the risks associated with the company's complex financial structures were poorly managed. The lack of transparency, combined with inadequate risk management processes, led to the company's collapse. Case Study 4, BP Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The BP Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010 was a catastrophic event caused by poor risk management practices. BP failed to properly assess the risks associated with its drilling operations in the Gulf of Mexico, resulting in an explosion that caused significant environmental damage. The crisis management and communication efforts were also criticized, as they contributed to the mishandling of the situation and its long-term consequences. These case studies highlight the need for companies to proactively identify, assess, and mitigate risks to ensure long-term success and sustainability. Thank you for listening. See you in the next class.